I'm PJ and we're going to make some shaving cream prints. The things you're going to need are cardboard for the shaving cream to go on, another piece to scrape it. You will need food coloring, and these little bottles are great for just dropping dollops into the shaving cream. As well, you can use watercolor, and just to prepare for that, I am going to drop a little bit of water into the colors that I think I'm going to want to use so that they're nice and wet and ready to go when I'm ready to paint into the shaving cream with them. So the other tools that you might want to use, you can use brushes in the shaving cream, although you have to encourage students to keep dipping their brush every time they paint in the shaving cream. Now, I'm not leaving the brush in the water because that eventually is going to loosen all the hairs. So I'll leave the brush here, and we're getting ready to make shaving cream print. So you shake up your shaving cream, and we spray. Oh, this is not working very well, but there we go. So I'm letting the shaving cream mound up. A blob like that is absolutely fine. You don't need any more than that. Then you take another piece of cardboard to use it as a paddle. If I'm doing this with little kids, I tell them this is my peanut butter toast and this is my knife, and I'm spreading the peanut butter. You just want a fairly level surface. It does not have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to go right to the edges of your cardboard. So this is great. I'm ready to go. This can be used for somebody else's print, or you just scrape it into the sink. So here is my printing plate. As I said, we can drop dollops of color in. So that's a neon green. I can put in a little bit of blue. I probably don't want to put a red right beside that green or blue because it's going to give me a brown, unless I want a brown. So now I can also take some of my watercolor paints and drip that in. I can take some watercolor blue, which will be different than the shaving cream, and I can make some marks with my brush that I can then drag around with the skewer as well. I can use my brush to go into the food coloring and drag it around. I don't have to use the brush. I can use my bamboo skewer and start dragging marks out, really thin lines that can come right across areas. This is a nice way to work with young students who are learning about color mixing. So as I go through that green, the blue is going to change into a kind of sea green. As we go through blue with yellow, it's going to make it a little more green. I can do some fun spirals in here. A good artist to look at if you want to connect your shaving cream print to an artist is Alex Janvier, who is a First Nations artist, a Canadian, and he does beautiful work, and they're very colorful and full of spiral mixes. So this is ready to print. I have my visual journal open here to show you that you can work right into a visual journal. So what I'm going to do is simply, I'm going to lay the paper on top of my print, and I lay the paper down. At this point, all I need to do is gently make sure that the paper is making contact with that ink on the shaving cream. As you pull away, it looks crazy. It doesn't look like anything at all. but I'm going to use the edge of my cardboard and I scrape across, and this is the big reveal. I end up with the print I had on my shaving cream. Now, I can do a ghost print with what's ever left in here. I could drag some more lines around and play with this a little bit more and do a second print without wasting any materials. So if I wanted to do this, I would just, at this point I can't lay it on that, but I would just touch it against this, make sure my paper makes contact with that surface, and I will lift the paper away from the cardboard, and then again we scrape across for the big reveal. So I ended up with two very different looking prints from one bit of shaving foam. And that is shaving cream prints. And this is the hazards. You will end up with stained fingers if you're using food coloring. Thanks for joining us.